Yo, YouTube, what's going on? You already know who it is, Mr. No Introduction Needed. And in today's YouTube video, we're going to have a discussion. Okay, now I know this topic gets brought up all the time. Is Destiny 2 dying? Can this save Destiny 2? Can that save Destiny 2? Okay, I know that discussion gets brought up all the time. Okay, so yes, I know the title of this video is Can Beyond Light Save Destiny 2? Or something along the lines of that. I'm well aware of that. But it's more so me answering that question more than anything. So strap in and let's discuss. Before we discuss though, I will let you guys know I always give a small disclaimer that I do everything off the dome. I don't have a script I follow. I just like to let this free flow just like a regular conversation. I feel like that's how you get the most authenticity from me. And yeah, all that jazz. So, okay, the question, can Beyond Light save Destiny 2? Well, the first question is Destiny 2 in a state of needing to be saved? Okay, that's kind of a controversial topic. Some people will say yes, some people will say no. Me personally, I will say no. Reason being is because looking at my Twitter, looking at YouTube, looking at the Reddit forums, like Destiny is in a well state in terms of player base. Okay, looking at the Steam charts, looking at how many people log in to do PvE, PvP every day, etc. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I don't necessarily think Destiny is dying or in a state of needing to be saved. But I will say Destiny needs to really deliver in Beyond Light. And this is more so the last chance to really grow that audience, to really develop the Destiny community or take the Destiny community to the next level. Okay, you might ask me, Cray, why do you think that? Why? What's up? The reason being is because it seems like as time continues to go on, people's attention spans are drawing shorter and shorter, right? Like, we were addicted to Destiny 1. There was really nothing else out at that point in time that really combated it. You know what I mean? So it was just like, it was in a category of its own. We loved it. Like, it was awesome. I mean, it just was a great game, right? Destiny 2 is shaping up to be a fantastic game as well. The problem is it's in contention with a lot of other titles. You know what I mean? Like, you look at Fortnite, you look at Apex Legends, Valorant, Spellbreak, Rogue Company, and the list goes on. And of course, none of those games are like Destiny. All those games are their own individuals per se, but still, they take away attention from Destiny. And I want you guys to remember this. Beyond Light drops, don't quote me, November 10th, I want to say. Is it the November 10th? November 10th or November 22nd? Don't quote me on that. I probably should have checked that out before this video. I can't remember. Forgive me for that, okay? But it drops in November, okay? It drops in November. Think about what else drops in November. We have Cyberpunk 77, what the heck? Cyberpunk 2077 coming. That game is literally probably one of the most anticipated games in gaming history. Okay, so we have that coming. We got the new consoles releasing, the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5. And of course, those will help bring more buzz to Destiny 2. But you also got to think about the slew of titles that come with both of those respective consoles, either at launch or very close beyond launch. You know what I mean? The multi-plat games, the not independent games, the exclusive games, that's the term I was looking for. Things of that nature, right? Just a lot of things to pull eyes away from Destiny if Destiny does not do things right in Beyond Light. Okay, things have to be done right. Okay, simply put, video over. Okay, video is not over. I'm going to dive into what Bungie can do right here, okay? Overall, I'm going to just be simple and now dive in a little bit. Bungie just needs to bring something new but familiar. Okay, they got to bring something new but familiar. Cray, what does that even mean? Okay, hear me out, man. Listen, okay? With the storyline, okay? It seems like the storyline is coming back around full circle. For a second, they got off track just a little bit, okay? Like with Season of the Worthy and, you know what I mean? Like, things got a little bit goofy. It's like, okay, what does this even have to do with the pyramid ships that showed up in Shadowkeep? You know what I mean? What about that artifact that we got? Our ghost pretty much like... he was terrified, or he, she, whatever the ghost is. The ghost was overall terrified. You know what I mean? Like, that anticipation that was built in Shadowkeep, like, literally just kind of dwindled away. Like, and of course, here we are, Season 11, Season of Arrivals. Again, expectations couldn't have been high here because we know this is the last season before the fall expansion coming out, right? So expectation is already low. I think Season of Arrivals is okay, you know what I mean? But whatever, I'm kind of getting off track here. But overall, I think they have to be new, but again, be familiar with the storyline. And what I mean by familiar is just have something that's a little bit more structured and linear, you know what I mean? Make us not have to dive into the lore, make us not have to go to external sites or go collect these different pieces to even piece together the story. If we feel like reading a novel, just integrate it in the story, you know, and it doesn't have to be overly complex either. Simplicity is great, you know what I mean? Make it very understanding from the get, which, you know, fingers crossed Bungie's done all this, because if they haven't by now, we're screwed. We're less than 2 months away from Beyond Light anyway, you know what I mean? So let's just, they just got to bring something fresh with the storyline, which, I mean, just looking at a lot of these previews and looking at stuff at a glance, I really believe they will. This is looking dope. Europa, Deepstone Crypt, learning more about the Exos, the Stranger, got the Drifter involved, you got Eris Morn out here, like we out here thugging right now. And I'm loving it, you know? Kind of furthering that point of needing to bring something new. We need something new to the in-game content. And look, I know there has been a multitude of things to do prior to the Destiny content vault that's getting ready to take a lot of stuff away, but there's always been a lot of things to do. But it has to be, they have to find a way to make in-game content feel valued, you know what I mean? Like, raids shouldn't expire when another season comes and our light level increases. Find a way to keep that raid fresh. It doesn't necessarily have to be a complete overhaul, but it could be something along the lines of just making sure the loot's light level increases, or finding a different way to make challenges for that respective raid, things of that criteria, you know what I mean? Just make loot feel worth it again, you know? Like, I always fall back to Destiny 1 and just thinking about the adept versions of the weapons in King's Fall, you know what I mean? Just things of that nature. Bring adept version of the weapons and or armor sets or armor pieces to kind of carry them on, you know, and it doesn't have to be nothing crazy. We can do a little palette swap. We can manage with that, you know what I mean? Just give us something to grind for and make it feel worthwhile overall, you know? And we also want to make sure our content is replayable. Okay, I couldn't think of the word for a second, but we want to make sure our content is replayable. We don't want to play the same old things over and over again and feel like we aren't getting anything out of it or anything worthwhile. You know what I mean? Like, we shouldn't be put into a position where we are dreading grinding a strike or grinding a dungeon or grinding a raid for this specific armor piece or the specific weapon or specific crafting material. You know, things should be fun. You know, things should be... gosh, I can't think of the term, guys, forgive me, it's late at night, I'm just freaking rambling on, but I think you guys get what I'm trying to say. Just find a way to just make it feel worthwhile. Make a strike be able to be completed in several different ways, you know, 2 or 3 different ways. That adds replayability to it, you know, where a strike might have 2 to 3 different endings or 2 to 3 different enemy types or 2 to 3 different ways that the strike can go. Like, I think that would be dope, you know what I mean? That could definitely be dope. You know, and again, I'm just rambling, guys, but I think you guys get the picture. Oh, yes, I want to hit on this too, like the power level grind, you know? The power level grind needs to be something that feels worthwhile. I don't want to max out my battle pass, max out all my armor pieces, and then I'm just sitting here trying to stack millions upon millions of XP in order just to get to the next light level. Like, find a way to make that a little bit more innovative, man. Like, we should not be tied to an artifact that resets every season, because that's the thing too. If I sit here and I grind, right, and I get plus 20 light level from my artifact just for it to be wiped next season, I'm going to feel defeated. You know what I mean? Find a way for it to carry over as well. And again, this is all stuff that, fingers crossed, Bungie has addressed or they are addressing in the near future. I'm a very optimistic person, and I really hope and believe that they address this stuff, you know, because again, it's important. I love this game. Like, this is like my 3rd or 4th time coming back to the game to make content for it. Like, it just keeps bringing me in, and I'm here to stay this time, you know. Like, I'm here for the long haul. I love with what they're doing, you know. I feel like they're starting to get some feedback from the community. I mean, hopefully, fingers crossed, they address some PvP stuff, and gosh, that's another video in its own. I'll talk about that in its own video sometime in the near future, because goodness gracious, I can talk about that. But yeah, just overall, Bungie, the overarching theme is bring us something new but familiar. Make sure that storyline has a little bit of linearness. That's not even a word, but we're going to just roll with it. We want to make sure it's a little bit more linear, a little bit more structured, but still dive into that lore. Don't make us have to go read the lore cards and go watch My Name is Bvt's videos, even though they're fantastic, just to understand what the heck is going on. You know what I mean? Make in-game content replayable. Give us different options. Give us good loot to grind for, and just keep us engaged. You know, just please do that. Again, I believe in you guys. I love you guys. I'm going to end this rant here. Again, this just made me think of a couple more videos that I could rant about, so I'm going to write them down and I'm going to ramble about them in another video. So if you guys enjoyed this video, though, please make sure you hit that like button. Respond to my discussion down below in the comments. What do you guys think? Is Destiny 2 in need of being saved? Is it okay? Is it in a good state? What do you guys think Beyond Light needs to deliver on for Destiny 2 to continue thriving or to thrive even more? I would love to hear it down below. Hit that sub button if you haven't already. More Destiny 2 content to come in the future. I'ma shut up. Have a great day or night, whatever time you're watching this, and we are out.